You are most welcome to TM Tales. Let's get into today's tale. The Weight of Silent Tears. This is the story of Ada, a young woman living in the heart of the city. To the world, she appeared like any other, busy, ambitious, and full of life. But behind her smile was a battle no one could see, a battle she fought in silence. After losing her younger brother, Keen, in a tragic car accident, Ada's life was never the same. She told herself to stay strong, to keep going, because that's what everyone expected of her. On the outside, she seemed fine, always smiling at her colleagues, always answering, "I'm fine," when asked how she was. But inside, she was drowning. At work, Ada stayed late, burying herself in tasks to escape her thoughts. One evening, her phone buzzed. It was a message from her mother, asking why she hadn't come to visit. Ada stared at it for a long time before ignoring it. Her phone wallpaper, a photo of Keen, reminded her of the emptiness she carried. Every night, when the city grew quiet, Ada would sit alone in the dark. She would scroll through old photos of her brother, her tears falling freely. The pain was unbearable, but she kept it all to herself. One evening, there was a knock on her door. It was Mama Chica, her kind-hearted neighbor. "Ada," she said with a warm smile, "you're so quiet these days. Come join us for dinner tonight." Ada forced a smile and said, "Thank you, Mama Chica, but I'm fine." Mama Chica paused, concerned, but didn't push further. When Ada closed the door, her mask fell again. She leaned against the door and sobbed quietly, the weight of her silent tears too much to bear. Even at her friend's wedding, surrounded by laughter and joy, Ada felt out of place. She sat alone, staring blankly at her drink. Her friend, Amaka, noticed and came over. "Ada, are you okay? You've been so quiet lately," Amaka asked, her voice full of concern. Ada forced a laugh. "I'm fine, Amaka. Just tired from work." Amaka hesitated, but eventually walked away. Ada left the wedding early, walking home through the dark streets. That night, she reached her breaking point. Alone in her room, Ada picked up her phone and dialed a number. But before the call connected, she hung up, too afraid to speak. She buried her face in her hands, her sobs echoing in the silent room. Ada felt alone. But the truth is she wasn't. There are countless Adas in the world, carrying silent burdens, too afraid to ask for help. The next day at work, Ada's boss, Mr. Obina, called her into his office. "Ada, I've noticed you've been struggling lately," he said gently. "Is everything okay?" At first, Ada hesitated, but something about his tone made her feel safe. Tears welled up in her eyes as she finally said, "No, sir. Everything is not okay." And for the first time, Ada opened up. She spoke about her brother, about the pain of pretending to be fine, and how hard it had been to carry it all alone. Mr. Obina listened patiently and encouraged her to take some time off. He also connected her with a counselor. Sometimes all it takes is one person to listen. One moment of courage to say, "I need help." Weeks later, Ada walked through the same busy street, but this time she looked different. Her shoulders were straighter, and there was a lightness in her step. She smiled at a street vendor and waved at Mama Chica, who smiled back warmly. Ada's journey wasn't over, but she was no longer carrying the weight alone. She was learning that asking for help didn't make her weak, it made her human. Sitting under a tree one afternoon, Ada wrote in her journal. On the page, she had written, "It's okay to not be okay." And that's the message we all need to hear. You are not alone. Speak out. Seek help. Let's end the stigma around mental health. Ask your friends if they are fine mentally. Don't judge them, listen to them. Encourage them. Thank you for watching.